Okay, so I know I said that I was only finishing series this year, but there are a couple series that I want to catch up on that are not coming out until December, and that is The Ruined, which is the last book in the Beautiful series, and Heartstopper Volume 5, which comes out later in December. So I'm adding those to this challenge by the end of 2023, and I'm also gonna add One Day in December to this, which is a standalone romance, but it's set in December. So I don't want to wait until next year to read it, so I'm just gonna read it now. And I got the audiobook, so I have one audiobook, one physical book, and one graphic novel, so that's like a really good mix. Yeah, so this is a Christmassy vlog set in December with December in the title and doing a bunch of like decorating and stuff and still finishing / catching up on the series. So welcome and happy holidays. Okay, so I have been listening to One Day in December all day. I have 45 minutes left of the audiobook. I am almost done. I am actually surprisingly enjoying it. It is a romance. It is Christmassy. It's set over the course of like 10 years, which is interesting, about this girl who sees this guy at a bus stop on the bus, and it's like a fleeting moment, and then he comes back into her life in like a really chaotic way. And it's kind of about them just like dancing around each other for years and years and years. And I assume they're gonna get together. I'm almost at the end, so. And it is a romance, so I assume so. But like, they're both like in relationships throughout, and it's kind of a little bit unnerving because they basically both cheat on their partners because they're in their heads about, oh my god, I love this person that I saw like once at a bus stop, which I can excuse for the fact that it's a romance book, like a Christmassy romance book, so I can excuse it. It's a book, like, it's entertaining. In real life, do I approve? No, but it's entertaining as hell. So I'm surprisingly really enjoying it. I'm not a super big romance person. I think I also haven't read a romance in a really long time. So it's like, this one is like, oh, hey, a romance book. So it's new, but I would assume someone who has read a lot of romance, this is nothing new to them. But yeah. And I am gonna finish it in 45 minutes. This is a Hallmark movie. It ended and they got together, and it was like the blind callers on the phone of like radio hosts who give like life advice, and he was like, oh my god, like, yeah, like, I really love you, and she was on the phone like, oh, yeah, I love you, and then they got together, and like that was the end of it. Like, the radio employees had like a little plot to like sneak her in the building. Anyway, it was really cute. I gave it 4 stars because it was like, it wasn't amazing, but it was just like, you know, it was just like a decent Christmas rom-com, which, like, honestly, just what I needed. I'm not gonna be reading any more romance books anytime soon, but like, it was good. It was good for the season. got a package a while ago, actually. I've just been really busy this past week and I haven't had the time or energy to open it, but from the title of this video, you already know what it is. It's The Ruined, and I bought it right after I finished The Righteous. I'm pretty sure it might have been before that, but it's the last book in the beautiful quartet, and I'm like mildly excited about it. It's just a book that I haven't finished a series of that came out by the end of the year that I think I can finish by the end of 2023. So I'm gonna unbox it and show you what it's like and then read it because I want to read it by the end of this year. There she is. Oh, I just love the new book smell. There it is. Huh. Interesting that the naked cover is the same as the beautiful. I thought it'd probably be a different color, but... or maybe the beautiful is black. I don't actually know, but here it is. It's... oh. It's not even 400 pages, which easy peasy. And it's like the small version of YA fantasy books. In the smoldering aftermath of the events of The Righteous, a deadly skirmish on the border of the winter and the summer courts. Yeah, I forgot this is like not just a vampire book anymore. It's definitely fairies. But I'm excited to get to this and to finish another series that I hadn't really planned on finishing because I didn't remember when this came out. But I have it now, so... So I started The Ruined. I already know that it's going to be a disappointment because as soon as there was a shift from New Orleans vampires in the like 1800s to, oh, now we're in the fairy realm, it just lost my interest because I feel like that's not what I wanted out of this series, and I think that's how this series was advertised, and it pivoted way too much, and I don't think it really has the chops to be a like fairy court storyline just because there are so many out there already that are incredible, and this just started out as a vampire series and has not continued as one, so I'm a little bit lost. I don't know really what's going on. I know there's like gonna be like a fairy war between fairy realms. I'm just a little bit tired of it, and I really want to know what happens, and I am kind of attached to these characters, so that's kind of the only reason I'm reading this. Yeah, like there was a character who was like on her deathbed at the end of The Damned, and they set out to like heal her in The Righteous and then didn't accomplish that and got swept up in this fairy war. So I don't really know what's going on. I kind of just want to finish it. It's a really small paperback and it's only like 400 pages and the font is huge, so I don't think it'll be too hard if I can actually keep my focus on it. Those are my initial thoughts. It looks like this is shaping up to be like a war between fairy realms, and I wanted a vampire spooky series, which that's not this, but I guess it's okay for the season because the first two were spooky and vampire-y, and now it's like winter, so Okay, so I'm halfway through the damned, no. So I'm halfway through I don't even know what this is, The Ruined. And that's really the only update. Like, we're getting a little bit of the vampire stuff back, but it's still mostly like fairy stuff, which I feel like I've learned to accept, but I've only accepted it just because this is the last book and I kind of just want it to be over. I am reading it real fast, especially after Kingdom of Ash and the rest of the Throne of Glass series, which are like triple the size of this book. I'm speeding through it. I kind of just want to finish it, and I know I can. Like, I read 160 pages today. There's only 190 pages left. I could totally do it tomorrow. I kind of want to pace myself so that when Heartstopper Volume 5 comes to me in the mail, there hasn't been like a big gap of not reading anything in between this and Heartstopper, and I don't know if I'm gonna fill it with anything or what, but I kind of want to pace myself, even though I also just really want to get it done. Yeah, I mean, it's a truly average book, which is not super high praise, especially since it's a finale. I just feel like nothing has happened. I feel like that's been my assessment for The Damned and The Righteous as well, which are the second and third books. Just like nothing, I feel like I'm just reading it and nothing's happening, and like no real big things. It's just a book. I like it. I'm accepting of the fact that it's about like fairies and werewolves and vampires, and it's a YA, so I think I'm conscious of that, and that is helping me kind of accept that this is just a book and it's not going to be the best book ever, but it's also not absolutely horrible. Alright, went to the coffee shop. I'm 100 pages out from the end. We know the drill. I'm liking it a lot more than I thought I was going to. I don't think it's like too bad of a finale. Like, I see the vision, and we're getting a lot of New Orleans stuff back. Like, they're going back and forth, so it's less fairy-y than I thought it was gonna be. I'm super loving Pippa, the side female character's storyline. Celine is just like a little bit annoying. She's the main girl, but I think it's meant to be that way. Like, she like broke up with Bastion, and it's just like one of those like, oh, I can't be with you type situations. But I think it's on purpose. Like, I think we're supposed to be frustrated with her. But I keep on mixing up Celine and Pippa, and they're like best friends, but it's because in Gods and Monsters, which I read like back in like September, the side female character's name was Célie, which looks like Celine. So I keep thinking that Celine is the side character, but no, she's the main character. And then I keep being like, okay, well, like, then Pippa is what? Like, I just like keep forgetting about her, even though she's my favorite perspective to read from. So yeah, but I think I'm at 300, so I'm at like 89 pages out from the end. So I don't know if I'm gonna finish it today. I definitely could if I wanted to, but I'm really tired. And there's an Eagles game tonight, so I don't know, but I totally could if I set my mind to it. Heartstopper comes in the mail tomorrow. So yeah, after that, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna chill for the rest of the year, which is like 2 weeks. So. Okay, so it's officially December 19th. I ripped it open because I was so excited, and I completely forgot that I wanted to like unbox it. So I haven't looked at it yet, but I know that it's Heartstopper in here, the more exciting of the two unboxings this video. So this is obviously Heartstopper Volume 5. It's the US edition, which means it has blue pictures and it's just more dense. It also means that all of, well, not all of them, but 2, 3, and 4 are a different spine layout and size than 1 and 5, because I got this one in the US edition and then these 3 in the UK edition, and then Volume 5 in the US edition as well, because like it would have been like double the price to get it in the UK edition, but the UK editions were the only ones available back in like 2020 when I got these 3. So it's a little bit frustrating that it's gonna be a different size and it's not gonna look the same as the majority of the Heartstopper books on my shelves, but I'm still excited that I have it. So obviously I've read most of this. I don't actually know how much is left to read, but it gets released online over the course of the year, and so I've read most of it. I think there's like 1 or 2 chapters left that I haven't read, so I'm gonna start from right here and read the rest of it, and then I think I want to read it all like from the beginning just to get the kind of complete concept idea of the book as a whole. So yeah, I'm excited. This is the second to last volume, which means there's only 1 volume left after this, which is a little bit sad, but I'm excited for it to wrap up and to see where these characters go. I mean, it's super happy in general. Like there's no like really depressing stuff, and everyone kind of lives happily ever after, which I think is just what the world needs right now. So it's just like a really feel-good, sweet, wholesome book series, graphic novel series. So I'm gonna read the end of it and then read the rest of it as a whole book. So it was only 1 chapter, so I have caught up with another series, and I'm super excited for Volume 6 to start coming out, and for, oh my god, the 3rd season of the show. I completely forgot. So yeah, I mean, that was quick and easy. Obviously it's a graphic novel, so it wasn't gonna take me long anyway. It'll probably not even take me an hour to read the whole thing again. Yeah, I'm just like super excited that I have this and I get to check it off on Goodreads as like a completed book. Obviously it's gonna be 5 stars, like I've already read the whole thing, so yay. So I'm exhausted and I have a really bad headache, so bear with me, but I finished The Ruined. I decided to hunker down and finish the last 100 pages just now, and I did it, and I was pleasantly surprised. This ending is absolutely not for everybody. Like, it's very not normal in YA fantasy. It's really out there and like very ambiguous, which I really loved, surprisingly. It was real fast, like zip zap zop. Okay, and now it's the end of the book. But I really loved the way it ended. Like it was just really, really good. I will say that the entire series is very convoluted and just like there are so many villains and it doesn't really make sense, the order of things that happened, but I understand why all of the books were the way that they were. The scope of everything got really, really big, and I don't think it really needed to, but yeah. So I'm gonna give it 3 stars because, again, I loved the way it ended, but I think for the most part I was kind of just reading it, and it was a good story. It just wasn't anything incredibly amazing, but it also wasn't bad, so... And so, with that, I can't even believe I'm about to say this, I have finished every single series that I was in the middle of on my shelves. I am so proud of myself. I by no means have finished all the books that I haven't read on my shelves, but I am at a net 0 with series. So like if I'm gonna start a book, it's either gonna be the first book in a series or a standalone book, which is just like such a fun prospect for me. So I'm so excited to get into all of these books next year because I think I'm just gonna take a break and just chill out and do some Christmassy stuff. I like loved this weird mishmash of Christmassy content and reading, but like also like reading books that aren't even specifically Christmassy. It's kind of just like a bonus books video. So, but yeah, I will see you later.